The Receipt Show returns.
Welcome to our 2026 show. Today we have a special guest. A lot of people were expecting an update today.
Next, on The Receipt Show with KKC.
It's a slick tonight. Good thing I'm wearing the quiet shoes. The city never sleeps. Just hides things in the puddles. Huh. That's my signal. They want the truth? I'm on my way.
Pull up, team! Assemble!
We don't run, we pull up. Where it all comes together. Every receipt, every message, every dollar. Each one a point on the line. Watch how they connect. Follow the money and the picture clears. And at the end of the trail, that's the truth.
Receipt pulled. Breaking it down. Evidence loaded. Now we know. Let's pull up, team.
They love to talk. I move on proof. Show me the receipts. The squad behind me, fact check everything. No cap, just facts. Pull up.
Time to clear the air.
Your truth is just a voice.
And listen close. We got the receipts.
That won't save you.
Truth versus deception, and we don't lose.
Team, time to end the food stream pod!
Beam locked.
Let's shut him down. Take this! He's freaking apart! Receipts don't lie.
Rich tell one story. A seat like this tells another. It's not just gold and weight. It's decisions. Every word counts up here.
Your receipt leaves a mark. Every document has a fingerprint. Follow the numbers long enough and the story writes itself. The trail doesn't lie.
Stay tight.
Shoot data fire! Launch it!
Pull up, team! The city's ours tonight!
Let's go!
Look at him roar!
Let me go,
Baby! Victory!
Bar just hit 100. Hold steady. Here comes the truth.
Truth incoming.
Clearing up. Step in.
Identity confirmed.
That's our guy. We pulled the curtain tonight.
Pass line.
Bank trail locked. Receipts flagged.
Here we go.
The breakdown begins. Corruption sequence initiated. Not today.
Right, truth data form.
Counterattack now! Pull up, team, go! Feel the truth!
Truth counterattack activated. Last receipt. Truth over everything. Case closed. Truth wins.
Peace, peace. It's your boy KKC, and we're back like your right shoulder blade. We never left. Shout out to the Pull-Up team, everybody that's in the chat right now. You are tuned into another episode of the Receipt Show with your boy KKC as we get ready to talk about Umar Johnson. Appears on Baba David's first show of 2026 on WURD, but says nothing about FDMG. Man, what is going on with that? Make sure you hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more content and join the Pull-Up team. Yes, come on into this place. Come on in here. Because like I said, we got a lot to get into with this whole Umar Johnson situation. And so before we begin, you already know I got to jump into the chat to see where my people at. Let me see how my people are doing this evening. Shout out to everybody that I did not get to see on our New Year's stream. So let me go ahead and get up in here. We got Anita McCray in the house. Shout out to you. Jessica May is in the house. Hello to Black Anonymous. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. We got the beautiful Bernice in the house. We got 100%. Well, look at you, Bob. 100% real, man, with your Houston Texan self in the house. What's going on? We got Mr. Sticky. Peace to you. He's in the house. We got Josephine in the house saying, hey, KKC. And we got you two up in the clouds. Listen, it is so much going on. After seeing the FDMG walkthrough by different content creators, shout out to those individuals tonight. We will be getting into those episodes. Shout out to the J Wit podcast, because my guy went up there and got some footage. I want to say it was around the summertime, and then we have another individual that went up there during this winter season and got some photos of what's going on up at FDMG now that it's starting to get cold. But guess what? Umar Johnson was on WURD Radio and he didn't say a word about FDMG. What? That's right. And we want to know why, because I understand that there is, a lot going on with the saga, the alleged lawsuit with the 40 donors. Nobody has been named. We haven't seen not one piece of evidence that backs up the statement of there is a real lawsuit going on. But we're going to allow time to take its course. But even still, there's controversy enough that's going on where a radio host would need to get into it. And so I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out the bag. Baba David gets zero respect from Umar Johnson. He was late coming to the radio interview, and there is a portion where Baba David pours his heart out to Umar Johnson, because there were questions that was raised in 2025 on, was Umar Johnson and Baba David's relationship in good standing? We don't know, but we all had our point of views and perspectives on what was taking place when there was a missed interview where Baba David offered Umar Johnson come on to the show and he did not. The exchange that they had at the block party in Newark, New Jersey, it wasn't a heated exchange. It wasn't a bad exchange, but you could tell it was kind of off. And so there was a portion in the show where Baba David pours his heart out to Umar Johnson, and you know what he did? He disconnected. What? That's right. He wasn't even on the phone, man. And so it's like, where is the respect when it comes to Baba David? There is none. And so tonight, we got to talk about all of that right here on the Receipt Show with your boy, KKC.
Catch her on a beat.
trying to get the renovations together. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash.
Here at WURD. I'm telling you, it is so nice. You know, a lot of people didn't make it to this year, but I'm so glad that I'm right here. And I want to thank my crew, my new WURD Radio crew, for being here with me today. Hey, that's right. Yeah, let me give them all a hand. Yeah, that's such a great crew for me and you right here at WURD. I want to thank each and every one of them for participating today. We have Hugh Rainey over there in the corner. Hey, Hugh, how you doing today, man? We had Patrick and Jadu down there in the left corner. We had Sister Malele over there in the right corner. I'm telling you, we were expecting some more people. I don't know what happened to Yanina Carter. She was supposed to be in here. And to everybody's surprise, we are anticipating Brother Dr. Umar Johnson was scheduled to be with us today. Maybe he'll call in later on. I'm not sure.
Maybe he will call in later on. I'm not sure. You are tuned into the Receipt Show with your boy KKC as we are listening to On the Air WURD Radio. Umar Johnson appears on Baba David's first show of 2026, but says nothing about FDMG. And right now, he ain't even there, and the show has started, and they don't even know if he's going to show up. So I need for you to jump down in the poll section of the chat and answer the question: should he have addressed the FDMG situation on the radio show instead of staying silent? Maybe he should have just worked on being on time. Let me see. So if memory serves me correct, he hopped on around the 10-minute mark. Yeah, around the 10-minute mark. So let's speed it up, and here we go.
A year-end roundup to talk about things that happened last year of significance and things that we look forward to doing this year. So Johnson, how you doing, man?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, all is well.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Now, I want you guys to pay attention to Umar's voice, because maybe it's just me, but it sounds like Umar definitely just woke up, like fresh out the bed.
So keep along with the format for today. We wanted to ask what were some of the things that were significant to you.
Shout out to Knowledge TV in the house.
That you look forward to or would like to see transpire this 2026 year.
Significant for the past year on a positive note, I would say, speaking globally and even domestically, it would be the rise in consciousness amongst the youth and a return to Pan-Africanism amongst that same population as well. So this has been probably the biggest period I've seen in quite some time, where those under the age of 25 are really looking towards Pan-Africanism in a way that we haven't seen in quite some time. That would be the positive, and that is within the context of a general thirst and renewed zeal to reclaim knowledge about African history and culture from young people. So that's the good thing.
So it's nothing about a good thing of we're getting closer to FDMG being open. We have applied for the certificate of occupancy after all the struggles and hurdles that we went through in 2025 with the Cash App getting shut down, with the mission statement being put out there. We almost losing the buildings, people coming up to the school trying to sabotage us, all of that nonsense. It wasn't anything about that. He's talking about individuals that are coming into Pan-Africanism. And if you don't know, it is a clip that has circulated of an individual that is he's just tired of Umar Johnson because, Pan-Africanism is over in Africa. And we only know whatever Umar tells us when it comes to the diaspora and how the Africans feel about us. But our everyday intermingling with Africans, they don't fool with the African Americans. They're told to don't fool with us, and they scam us. And then we have people that go over to Africa and have stated out of their own mouths like, hey, I came over here, I repatriated, and they look at me as a dollar. They look at me as a dollar sign. When I wanted to unload my things off the boat, when I got here, they charged me upward of $60,000 to $100,000. Like, it's crazy stories out there like that. One in particular, the lady that followed Umar Johnson over to Ghana and got citizenship, and she was the lady that bought Umar Johnson the school bus, had it wrapped. And from my understanding, she had it wrapped in Umar Johnson's face, but they have since painted the bus gray. We will see that. We will see that tonight on the video we're going to watch, that we dropped the story of the lady that donated $10,000 to Umar Johnson, bought him a school bus, had it wrapped in his face. Nobody else talked about that. But everybody talks about a school bus that's on the property of FDMG. That's why you have to subscribe to the channel so that you can be completely in the know, because we have receipts over here that don't nobody else drop. And we want to also thank you for watching. If you have any show topics and ideas, email me at dkkc@gmail.com. Shout out to everybody that's coming into the room right now. Raven Speaks. He's still doing Old Man River Babble with Umar on the radio. Man, it'll never stop. It'll never stop. Shay is in the house. What up, KKC mods and champ? What's going on, Shay? What's going on, Shay? I'm glad you are in the house. Listen, it's a lot going on with this saga. It's a lot going on with the saga. So if you are just now tuning in, we're talking about the fact that Umar is on WURD Radio. They're talking about what they're thankful for and, the things that they can look forward to in 2026. And we're listening to Umar's opening statement not being about FDMG.
I would say on the not so good side, looking at the year in review, and not only the year in review, Bob and David, but you have to look at the quarter century in review, because January 1st of 2026 does not just represent the beginning of a new year. It represents the beginning of a new quarter century. And so when we look back at the year 2000 to the year 2025, the first quarter of the 21st century, we really haven't built anything. And when I'm speaking of built, I'm speaking of concrete.
There's the projection. Peace to Mr. Sticky. We really haven't built anything. If you take a look from 2020 to 2025, Umar Johnson is still saying FDMG is coming. We are 5 days into 2026, and the projection is already on the radio station before FDMG.
Critical institutions, banks, hospitals, supermarkets, schools, manufacturing, and distribution. And I just think that the American African people in general, we're watching the world, just walk by us while we still pray, we still march, and we still vote. And for a lot of us, we think that for some reason, miraculously, praying, marching, and voting is going to change things for us We have to build. We have to institutionalize. We have to create infrastructure. And so that is my hope going into this new year and this new quarter century, because I am of the opinion that if we don't get serious in this quarter century, I'm not sure how many of us will be around for the third quarter century when it rolls around in 2051.
Well, that sounds all good and all, but you never stated, you know, the woes that you face coming out of 2025. And I would say all of the damage from beginning of 2025 to the end of 2025, when it came to losing the cash out, allegedly paying out $68,000 after telling the community that the FDMG bank accounts are frozen, and you solicited money to take care of you and your mom. A lot of people don't even think about that. Remember, he was saying the bank accounts are froze. I cannot take care of my mom. This is my first time asking for money. All of that. And then we find out you pay out $68,000. And so it's like, okay, you paying out lump sums of money like that. Not only did you pay out $68,000, you paid the bills on the munitions court docket information where you was about to lose the property was taken care of. So the question is now becoming like, why are you sitting on lump sums of money and not opening these buildings? Now, don't get me wrong, you know, it's all speculation. Some people could argue that Umar has dealings over in Africa, and because he has political backing overseas, maybe they poured money into helping keep this school scam alive. Why? Because FDMG is supposed to be, if you take a look at what's going on in Minnesota with the Somali scams, Umar Johnson wants to put together an African community to the capacity and degree of the Somali community, where they educate their own, they feed their own, the money flows only in their community. That's what he's trying to get started with FDMG in Delaware. That would be the best example I can give you guys. And so the children are supposed to be educated at FDMG. And so maybe the African community across the seas, you know, overseas, they back and paid all of this. Either way, where's the money coming from? Why isn't the money being utilized to get these buildings going? And what's really happening here? They are just tearing it down in Minnesota, man. It is wild, man. The level of scamming that's going on in this nation, and then the scamming that's happening to our own people, to us, by way of Umar, man, and others like them. It is a circus. It's a complete clown show. Let's get back into this audio.
And it's interesting that you said it, because we talked on the show not long ago about economic building here in the city of Philadelphia. And I'd say that for over the past 25 or 30 years or more, we've had African-American mayors, but still, and we have the largest population in the city of Philadelphia, but we still get less than 2% of the no-bid contracts in the city of Philadelphia. And we also talked about how it appears to be every time we attempt to build something, an institution of some kind, like Black Wall Street and Rosewood, the system seems to find a way to tear it down and distract people from participating. So, I'm hoping and optimistic that we can build something, as you mentioned, but it seems like every time we try to do something, they come along and try to burn it down, tear it down, bomb it down, and just destroy what we try to build. I understand why they are so afraid of us. But I just wish that they would get out the way and let us do our thing.
I would agree. Well, wait though, because we understand that the racism operates on complete domination, control, and subjugation of the subject. So we have to push as we build. We have to defend as we expand. And we see now increasingly the world is going back to the way it used to be, or should I say, not back to the way it used to be, because I don't think it ever changed. But I think the propaganda that America and many other European powers have used over the past 50 to 75 years to brainwash the world into thinking that they were the purveyors of democracy and freedom, we're now seeing here to the reality of African people around the world. As the Honorable Marcus Garvey said, poor people are poor everywhere, weak people are weak everywhere, and strong people are strong everywhere. And
that is true. And I'm hopeful that we can strengthen the minds and the conditions of Black people everywhere. We have Patrick Njadu from Ghana that has been working with us for over 7 years now. We try to build the bridge between the consciousness born here in America through the programs and things that we do. But I don't know. You say when you started that, young people are beginning to see the picture. I don't see where they are seeing it at. Maybe you see different sides of it that I don't see. But I see it seems like we are losing the fight with our younger people, especially like through the music industry, through the theater. In fact, I had a question specifically for you because I was speaking about music. They have just. At first, it used to be against the FCC laws to use the N-word, but now they say it regularly as if they are normalizing using the N-word. And so, and not only that, but then people were saying that Black people could use it, but white people couldn't use it. So I was looking at Fat Joe the other day, and he was just steady going nigga. And I said, wait a minute, does he have the right to use that word? And if so, does Eminem have the right to use that word? And if so, does Vanilla Ice have the right to use that word? Does
Vanilla Ice? Come on, sir. Listen, man. Shout out to Vanilla Ice. I don't know if Vanilla Ice has said anything in over a decade. Maybe he has. I don't even know where we would go to find out where Vanilla Ice is and what he had to say about anything, man. But man, I was with him for a minute, man. He was on the road. Then he threw Vanilla out there. Now I don't know what you're talking about, but I can say Umar has had his hands within the community of the young people. And what I mean by that, if you take a look at an episode we put out, why is Umar giving FDMG updates on Twitch? Well, he's on Twitch live stream with a 22-year-old, I believe that's the age of the young man, who has a bigger following combined on his platforms together, all his social media platforms. He has 2 million followers, whereas Umar has 1-point-something million on Instagram. And he's doing his best to reach back generations to scam the next up and coming adults. And so he can speak to who's coming within the conscious movement, because he's right there on college campuses. Nobody's challenging him on this. Nobody is questioning his credentials. So he has open access to what's going on within the community of our young people today.
Gary Owens has the right to use that word. Who gives permission and who can deny them from using that word? You had something to say, Q?
Yeah, I'm not to answer Jack, because actually this is really good. But what I do want to say is because it's who controls the media, so to speak, is the ones that get permission, regardless of what we would like to believe or what we would like to say. And no matter how much we support our own and say that, tell each other we should use this word in such a negative way, they profit off of it. Because the minute we say something against another race or religion, then all of a sudden, all red flags go up. But because it allows them to create a cage for us mentally, that's what they use against us. And so we can say all we want, and we can let others say it all they want because it's cool, it's now, it's whatever, it's the fad. But in reality, no, I disagree that anyone shouldn't be able to say, even us, because now
I agree. That's right.
Yeah, we project that mindset to be that way.
Right. I mean, it's like they have a license now to use it at will whenever they want. So what do you say about that, Dr. Johnson?
I would say that primarily it is the culture's responsibility to dictate behavior. And I think that what the music industry, it parrots what we accept. And if we go back a few years ago, there was a situation where some old raps of Eminem were uncovered, where he was being disrespectful towards Black women. And he was also found to be using the N-word. And he was exposed for it by certain people in the community. And then the hip hop community rushed to his defense. And I don't think Eminem is the first one to do that. There were other white artists who had used the N-word, entertainers, you know, in different areas, whether it's music or acting. But there's been several examples, with Eminem being the most prominent example of where he was found out to be using an N-word. And Jay-Z spoke up in defense of Eminem. Other rappers spoke up in defense of Eminem. So the hip hop community, the gangster rap community, is quite an oxymoron, because on the one hand, you got these guys who are supposed to be so big, so bad, so tough, you know, so unafraid of conflict and violence. But at the same time, they will not hold any non-Africans accountable for the disrespect they show against the community. They are the first ones to rush to the defense of white people whenever the Black community tries to hold them accountable for being disrespectful towards us.
And that's what I meant about they give them permission to use that word.
So we are 20 minutes so far into this conversation. No mention of FDMG yet.
Or to go against the seems to be they allow anti-Blackness to pervade. So even like I say, now what about Fat Joe? He's not necessarily European, but does he have a right to use that word himself?
Well, I agree with the other brother. I don't think any of us has a right to use the word. Now, Fat Joe would tell you, you know, that he does claim his African heritage. He's one of the few Latino rappers who does make it clear he understands where his ancestors came from. You know, some people would debate the authenticity of that, because many Latinos, not to say Fat Joe is guilty of this, but many Latinos will claim their African ancestry only when they're around Black people for strategic purposes. And then when they get back to their Latino communities, they will turn a nose up to Black people. You know, so when you deal with those mixed race populations, which the Latinos are, because Latino is not a race, it's a culture and an ethnicity.
You know, does he feel at liberty to use those words?
And that dude was.
We're still in, how do you say, we're still at the roots. We haven't been
incubation stages. But you know,
right,
I want to ask a young person, Nicholas, grab the microphone, because Nicholas is a young person here, and he's African-centered by default, because his parents and his grandparents are African-centered. And he and I, we talked last year about the celebration of Kwanzaa, and how a lot of people, especially a lot of young people, don't even know about it, don't want to participate in it, don't want to have nothing to do with it. But Nicholas, do you see an increase in
it is definitely hypocritical, because we have the songs, we have I don't even have to pull up any videos, Lone Star. I don't gotta put up any videos, man. I just need for y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, because you know we have the receipts over here. You are tuned in to the Receipt Show with your boy KKC.
Culture on a beat.
The Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. The Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. That's why I took over this conscious shit by the fucking throat. I'ma deal with that little dirty neck Papa Smurf. I'ma deal with Papa Smurf. I'm right here, nigga, come bring it. I'm right here, nigga, come bring it. I'm solo, I don't need no fucking army. I'm solo, I don't need no fucking army. I'ma handle your ass tonight, pussy. We ain't getting away with that. I'ma deal with Papa. I'ma handle your ass tonight, pussy. We ain't getting away with that shit. I'ma deal with Papa. I'ma handle your ass tonight, pussy. We ain't getting away with that. I'ma deal with Papa. I'ma handle your ass tonight, pussy. We ain't getting away with that shit. Look at my face when you talk to me. Look at my face when you talk to me. Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf. Look at my face when you talk to me. Papa Smurf. Look at my face when you talk to me. Papa Smurf. Look at my face when you talk to me. Papa Smurf. Look at my face when you talk to me. Papa Smurf. Now you in it with the Prince, nigga. You degenerate. Now you in it with the Prince, nigga. You degenerate. Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech, nigga. Speak twice, nigga. You counterproductive, degenerate motherfucker. You counterproductive, degenerate motherfucker. You counterproductive, degenerate motherfucker. You counterproductive, degenerate motherfucker. Bitch, 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 bitch. I'm so what I don't need no fucking motherfucker. I'm right here, nigga. Come bring it. Speak your speech. Speak your speech. Speak your speech. Speak your speech. I'ma deal with Pop Slim. Bitch fucking nut. 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 Think twice, nigga. Bitch fucking nut. Bitch fucking nut. Bitch fucking nut. Bitch fucking nut. Think twice, nigga. Bitch fucking nut. Bitch fucking nut.
And see, that's what I mean. It's these type of receipts that are out there, and it's bad. It's bad, man. And we're not. This is not to put Umar in a light to belittle him. It's to show the hypocrisy. But we also have to extend the fact that Umar hasn't had a rant to that capacity in a long time. So with that being said, maybe he has grown from that situation. Maybe he's grown, he's learned not to conduct himself like that, and he's teaching the younger generation to, you know, don't do that. What? I'm pretty sure I deserve a what, but I'm doing the best I can to you know, maybe he's grown. When was the last time you heard Umar Johnson go off like that? That's all I'm gonna say. You know, where was the last time in a recent video he went off, like when he crashed out like that? So maybe he's grown from that. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Golly. That's all I'm getting at, man. Let me play the video.
Awareness and consciousness of black young people here in America?
That's an interesting question. I don't know if I'm seeing it so much. I think there's more people who are interested, more young people who are interested in it than before. But like you said, I think it's kind of new to them, so they're breaking into it slowly. I think I'm kind of a bad person to use for this because, you know, who my grandmother is. I've grown up around African-centric things, and so I've always had an interest in it. And, you know, of course, I have Kwanzaa as well. Just had a great Kwanzaa, this previous one. We celebrated on the 28th, and I think one of my friends showed up, and that dude was Puerto Rican. So, like, all my black friends that I invited, they go, yeah, I'll be there. But for a lot of black folks, especially ones that are around my age, unless you like your family supports or your family participates in something like Kwanzaa or any kind of like African dialogues or things like that, you're probably not worried about it, because here in America, we're kind of conditioned to separate ourselves from the people of the continent. So we don't always meld or mesh together like we should. But
okay, yeah, I was going to ask you, Sister Millie Lane, because you're a young person too.
Well, I mean, listen, that's nice of you to say that, but I embrace my almost 50-year-old days coming soon.
Well, you're young compared to me.
Let me say this. So there are a lot of people who want to monetize off of our culture, okay? And so when you do things like that in relation to trying to help people to develop themselves to be more embracing of Pan-African culture, they might see it as a situation of like, you really don't want me to really embrace it. You want to make money off of me in the process. And so as an example, for years, I have been volunteering with the Kwanzaa Cooperative on behalf of government agencies and city officials, other organizations, to make sure that every year in Philadelphia,
all right,
at the Central Parkway Branch Library.
So I want to go ahead and get to it, because throughout the video, they talk about a whole lot of babble. They talk about Nicki Minaj. They talk about Kwanzaa. They just talk about different topics. But I want to get to where Baba David was getting ready to, you know, close down. He wanted to talk to Umar. So let's see if I can find it.
I offended you. I don't want to offend you, but I do want to say.
All right, there it is. Let me rewind a little bit. Now, I told you, Baba David had some times last year where he and Umar had questionable, you know, problems. Like we was like, oh, is this the end of Baba David and Umar Johnson? You know, and it became noticeable. So I believe that Baba David wanted to take the time to talk to Umar and, you know, clear the air 2026. And yeah, you'll see how it was handled.
Community, they inspire me so much. You know, it's so wholesome to be a part of that community, and I look and I become a part of it, and I go to it's infectious. You know, when you become a part of it, people say, well, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do. Come out to some of these events that the African American community has, and you'll become involved. You know, you can become a part of it, like Malcolm X Day and Malcolm X Park. And woman, and then you become a better person.
I'm trying to find the exact.
Okay, I pronounce your name right.
Hold on.
Hey, that's interesting, because if anybody wanted to tell us what was significant, a lot of fun. So I'm telling you, y'all need to come on out and join us and be a part of that. So let me see. So where are we at now? So Dr. Umar, I played that last song by David O. If I offended you, I don't want to offend you, but I do want to say, and I hope that it doesn't offend you, but last year, you know, and I want to preface this by saying, and I say this because just because anybody does anything or says anything that you don't like, you can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Because I do some things that people may not like, and then they'll swear, I don't want to hear nothing from him no more in life. I don't want nothing more to do with him. None of us are perfect. So even like with Martin Luther King, they say that he may have had some extramarital affairs, but that doesn't take away from all the great things that he did besides that. They say like other people, you know.
You know, he's talking about the Lene Stack situation, right? I want you guys to I want to give context. The reason why he sounds skittish, I'm giving context for that. I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Redemption Song 76. The reason why he sounds skittish, because he's talking about the Lene Stacks and all of the foolishness that came out in 2025. This is Baba David's way of touching on the subject. Let's continue.
Malcolm X may have done some things in his early life, but that doesn't exclude the great things that he has done for us. And so I preface that because I think that Dr. Umar Johnson has done some magnificent things for our community. Now, has he done everything perfect? Maybe not. And so there were some things that he may have said that I didn't really appreciate, but that don't take away for the love that I have for the appreciation that he has done for our community. You know, and so we have to be able to differentiate some things that people do or say, and accept the great things that they provide and contribute to us. And I just wanted to say that, Dr. Johnson. Are you still here with us? Oh, maybe he left.
You know, Dave, I can say I actually agree too. Believe that.
Man, did you hear what I heard? Let me say that. Let me rewind it.
Do it. None of us are perfect. So even like with Martin Luther King, they say that he may have had some extramarital affairs, but that doesn't take away from all the great things that he did besides that. They say like other people, you know, Malcolm X may have done some things in his early life, but that doesn't exclude the great things that he has done for us. And so I preface that because I think that Dr. Umar Johnson has done some magnificent things for our community. Now, has he done everything perfect? Maybe not. And so there were some things that he may have said that I didn't really appreciate, but that don't take away for the love that I have for the appreciation that he has done for our community. You know, and so we have to be able to differentiate some things that people do or say, and accept the great things that they provide and contribute to us. And I just wanted to say that, Dr. Johnson. Are you still here with us? Oh, maybe he left.
Dave, I can say actually.
The person that started talking is the co-host because it was radio silence. Not a word. Guys, to be more careful, man. If you just now tuning into the Receipt Show with your boy KKC, we're listening to the WURD Radio, or we were listening to the WURD Radio interview where Umar Johnson did not bring up any information about FDMG. Maybe he did fall asleep because I said, listen to his voice. He sounds real sleepy. So maybe he fell asleep. Maybe he fell asleep. What's going on, Black Anonymous? Making excuses for Umar. Listen, I know y'all hate when I do that, but I have to make sure, and I know it's not just me making excuses. I know Bobby David was making excuses too, because he said maybe he hung up. Maybe he did. Maybe he fell asleep. All I'm saying is, I'm just trying to give grace. That's all I'm doing. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know, Redemption. I believe that I don't know. He's not talking about anything. If he does talk about anything, he puts it behind a paywall, from my understanding. I'm not subscribing to his channel for $9.99 to find out. I will just wait for the receipts to fall, because one thing that is undefeated are the receipts. And so once you put it out there, it's out there for people to consume, meaning people are waiting for the names and the information to drop about this alleged lawsuit. I questioned the validity of the lawsuit when it came to a class action. I stand on the mountain of, if it is a class action lawsuit, why is it only, placed around 40 people? Why isn't it opened up to the individuals, everyone that has donated and that can show proof? It should be bigger than 40 people. It should be a bigger number versus FDMG, because I don't think if you go after Umar Johnson himself, you are going to gain any traction. I believe the reason why Umar Johnson had to pay out the $68,000 to Marianne Laurent is because he represented himself in a movie about him, and because of the business agreement between them and the contract and all that, she was able to countersue him and win in a lawsuit that it originally started off with him wanting to sue her for $500,000 and whatnot. It just backfired. And so in this situation with a class action lawsuit, it would be against the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey International RBG Leadership Academy, because and this is where Black Anonymous and those that have done the proper research can vouch that, though the proper paperwork was not filed with the IRS for tax exemption status, it has now been updated. And so from my understanding, Umar Johnson's Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Leadership Academy now has tax exemption status. And with that being said, if you are filing a class action lawsuit against Umar Johnson, or excuse me, the FDMG Academy, because you donated to the organization with the understanding that a school was going to be built. You want to see the books, then the class action lawsuit is against the organization, not Umar Johnson. If I'm wrong, then I need for my professionals to please put the information out there to correct me. And so with that being said, you know, the class action lawsuit should have been opened up to a bigger community. That's what I'm hoping for, Black Anonymous. I think, you know, everyone should be made whole that was robbed. So I'm saying time will definitely tell. You know, time will definitely tell. He is the organization. He's the sole member. He's the sole member of the organization. They will have to sue the organization. It's the same way, you know. He can't. My whole thing is, no matter if they are suing him or they are suing the FDMG Academy, in which, based on what Mary Ann Laurent is saying, she donated to FDMG based off of what he said. So it would be equivalent to a pastor saying, donate to our church because we are going to build a building to have our services. However, there's no updates or no information of when said building is supposed to come into fruition. So if I'm going to sue the pastor, that's going to roll over to the church that he's representing. At least that's how I've been seeing it. Now, I can see him being the face of, you know, the organization because he's the sole member. Of course, you're going to sue, you know, he's going to be the representation because he only listed himself on the information. So I see it that way as well. But ultimately, you know, all I'm getting at is I believe everyone should be made whole, and that the lawsuit should be made open to everybody, no matter if they can bring the lawsuit against Umar Johnson or if it has to roll over to the FDMG organization. I hope that makes sense. But I definitely want to get into what's going on up at FDMG. Like, we know that Umar hasn't given any updates on what's happening. And so tonight I stated, you know, we're going to get into what's going on up there because we do have some individuals that went up to FDMG and they let us know what it looks like. Now, I've shown videos of the ex-FDMG employee going up to, you know, FDMG and putting his information onto the mural. But overall, we on up there. So tonight, let's go ahead and get into that. As I get the video ready, I need for you guys to make sure you have hit that like button. Go ahead and share the show if you have not already. Tell your sister, brother, to tell y'all's cousin and them's neighbor to feed the dog and water the fish. And then come in. What the hell am I talking about? Come on in here to the Receipt Show with your boy KKC and join us as we get down to the bottom of what's going on in FDMG. Man, I'm crazy.
Catcher on a beat.
The receipt show returns.
Welcome to our 2026 show. Today we have a special guest. A lot of people were expecting an update today.
Next, on the receipt show with KKC.
All right, grace and peace, everybody. I'm out here. I got my Assassin's Maroon on. I'm checking out FDMG. As you can see, it is as disappointing as we thought it would be.
I'm not in a joking mood tonight. My people in trouble. I'm not in a joking mood tonight.
Not a lot going on here. There's not a lot happening at all. So here is the school. I just want to start back here.
Wow.
I'll be honest with you, man. The building, the location.
If y'all can see, put on one. What is going on? Hold on. StreamYard is not sharing the stream, so let me reshare video to y'all. There we go. Want to make sure y'all can see it. All right. So here we go.
I'm checking out FDMG Academy.
Shout out to the
as you can see, it is as disappointing as we thought it would be.
I'm not in a joking mood tonight. My people in trouble.
So here is the school. I just want to start back here.
Wow.
The building, the location isn't bad. It's just there's no way you're going to be able to do this on donations. There's just no way. There's just a 0% chance this is going to be taken care of. With donations. You're just not going to be able to do this. I mean, you can hope and wish on a star, but it's just not going to happen.
Are you sure about that?
Too many variables. This is a big place, by the way. And I think somebody was wondering, I don't know where he gets this number of 4 buildings from, unless he sold something. I don't see 4 buildings. So I'm gonna walk around here.
It is 3 buildings, and when you pull the information, it tells you that it's 3 buildings. It's the bigger building across the street. It's the smaller building that they consider the school, and then there's the gym. The gym is detached, but it makes the 3rd building.
Now, here's the Boys and Girls Club right here. There's a Boys and Girls Club right here. So he would have access to students to do summer programs, teach welding, book clubs, all kinds of stuff. Like there's literally a Boys and Girls Club right here.
Now, in the early, stages of this FDMG situation, there was a employee that worked at the Boys and Girls Club that gave Umar Johnson, or got Umar Johnson into the buildings, Ron, and Brother Ron wound up getting fired from doing so. That was early on in the saga, before it was made known that Umar Johnson had these buildings or purchased these buildings. They had gotten into the school, and he got let go. And so from the past, what was supposed to happen, the city was going to level those buildings, and the Moyer Academy property was going to be one continuous campus for the Boys and Girls Club. That was what was supposed to happen up there. And they were going to tear those buildings down, extend the parking lot, and pretty much the entire campus and make that entire area the Boys and Girls Club. But the city learned that ownership had changed hands. How did that happen? Well, it happened because Umar Johnson stepped into the picture. That's what happened. Umar Johnson stepped in the picture. He purchased the properties and the city didn't even know. And that's when the whole back and forth started, where the city was trying to, get involved and all of that happened. Now, I did not have a receipt that just came to mind. I'm about to pull that receipt up right now. But what wound up happening is Umar was doing things at the property he wasn't supposed to do. And I tell this story all the time. Umar Johnson had a team of online henchmen, and those individuals were doing things to different content creators like myself, Lennon Honor, Ian J, and others, Black Anonymous. They were doing things to different individuals. And one of the things that they wind up doing, which was Poetic Flacco, he contacted Dale Merva Power, trying to disprove the receipts that Umar Johnson is legit. He's got, power set up and all of that. And it came out that that's not what happened. And so I saw or found a receipt of when Umar Johnson disassociated himself with the online crew. And here's their receipt right here. Now, if I expand it, it's going the stream may start breaking up or whatnot. And so you can take a screenshot and you are able to read it for proof of, for yourself. But this comes from Dr. Umar Johnson's Instagram. And it says, Dr. Umar will no longer be providing social network live updates on FDMG progress. Immature YouTubians from both the hater and fake supporter camps are both causing undue complications by meddling in the affairs of the school. We've come a long way and are close to reaching our goal. However, having to constantly deal with both childish and envious coons thirsty for YouTube fame, constantly harassing governmental and operational officers trying to gain information regarding circumstances that have nothing to do with them and are not of their personal or professional concern has gotten way out of hand. I've received numerous communications this week from various agencies who have expressed exhaustion at having to field phone calls and questions from Negroes who have no reason to be prying into the professional business nor internal affairs of FDMG operations. This constant harassment of local bureaucracy is putting a strain on our relationships with these agencies and is negatively affecting our ability to try and open this school for our children. Therefore, going forward, only those who are members of the Loyal Donors Club will receive video updates. Random donors can receive updates during personal communication with Dr. Umar. At the grand opening celebration, random donors will have the option of joining the donors only e-blast for regular updates. It's a shame that so many in our community find opening an independent school for Black boys to be a cause for comedy and slander. It's even worse that most of those attempting to sabotage our work have no vested interest in the success of the venture itself. It's also disheartening that even those who claim to be supporters are also engaging in this harassing behavior of stalking government agencies for information about FDMG just to provide content for their, what's that? I don't know what he put. Fledgling YouTube channels. For those who actually care, we appreciate your concern and hope that you understand our decision to no longer share progress directly with the community via live stream or radio interview. That was from Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, I just wanted to put that out there because when we get into the video and we start talking about, you know, what's going on and what happened in the past, it was addressed and it was stated that Umar was supposed to only share updates to loyal donors. And so the 40 alleged donors, maybe they are the loyal donors. I have a photo of the Loyal Donor Club. I gotta find that picture, and when I do, I'm gonna show you who the loyal donors are.
So you can't say that you don't have access to anybody to do it. So let's go ahead and check this out. All right, let's go check out this building. Yeah. Ooh. It looks like this is exactly how every scary movie gets started. So, random black guy walking.
Man, that looked like some creepy stuff. I wouldn't go back there either, man. But this is the loyal donors. These are the loyal donors right here. Maybe the loyal donors are the ones that's suing Umar Johnson. Loyal Donors Club. And that was the first annual paint day. I got questions. Is all I'm gaining and gunning it. Shout out to Leopold in the house. I see you coming into the building. So, you know, it's very important, you know, that we provide context. Is all I'm saying, and have our history. Here we go. Man.
Okay.
I gotta play, you know, devil's advocate because we have to talk about the fact that, you know, they have, or he has not raised any donations to go towards the bigger building, but it seems like that from the amounts of money Umar Johnson is paying out, and from the progress that we see he has done over at the smaller school, I will argue that he had enough money to start working on this bigger building. If you had enough money to pay the city to keep the buildings and then turn around and pay $68,000 to keep, you know, to settle a lawsuit, then you had enough money to finish the building across the street and start on the bigger building, man. That's based on what I see, but based on what I see, I'm not saying what is facts. Based on what we see, you know, the progress of the illusion of progress. I told you, you know, you don't do the amount of things that he's done to a building and that's it. Like, he played his hand when he allowed his business to get, you know, in the way. Handling your business or your business will handle you. Umar fell a victim of that. And my father taught, you know, me and my brother, you know, handle your business or your business will handle you. Well, Umar would have handled his business with Marianne Laurent. He wouldn't have had to pay her $68,000. If he would have handled his business with paying the bills, he wouldn't have had to worry about losing the building. So it's money there. What he's doing with it, that's up for speculation, because it's been stated for years that he spent all the money. Family, the money's gone was the running joke of what FDMG stood for. But now it's like, well, family, the money right there. Because he just paid it out to the city and to Marianne Laurent. So I'm just bringing attention to things that I see.
Oh, I mean, broken lights right there. Trash back here.
But that camera could be a camera that is flashed, is because it the question, like, there's no power over there. You're not paying, or unless we see the lights are off or the light fixtures hasn't been fixed, doesn't mean that Wi-Fi, or excuse me, some hasn't been set up over there. But I highly doubt it. I think it's for sure.
It should be like 30. All right. Yeah. Your boy back here. Got to them. Trash back here. Vegetation.
And see, that's when we get into the conversation, and I got to put the video out there where the city of Wilmington, Delaware has a Pan-African community already, and they want Umar Johnson out of there because he's not even fellowshipping with the community that's already set up. He just came and set up shop on their turf. Like, what are you doing? So, the thing is, when you take a deeper look into that community, that's a really troubled community. It's going, it's under gentrification, but that's a really troubled community. And with that being said, they can't afford to send their children to FDMG based off the prices that he's talking about. And then when you look at other content creators who have interviewed individuals around the community, he hasn't even made a relationship with these people. He's only spoken to maybe I can't even say a handful. The most that I've seen is that he's talked to someone up the street. Some people have said, hey, hello to him in passing because they recognize him from social media. But we have the footage of Umar shunning the children away from the property when he found out that they were inside the school. Y'all remember that? So I don't believe, his relationship with the children of that community is in good standings to where they, the people within that community will send their children to the school. And so that's the only, that's the downside to it. And then we dropped a video on the channel earlier today about, showing his interaction with a little girl. And you can check that out for yourself. It's in the video category of this channel. I've been dropping a lot of old school Umar Johnson videos, putting them out there. I'm about to go back into the vault and see and grab another video and chop it up. It's a lot. Got some videos dropping tomorrow. So that's all I'm alluding to. But let's get back into the video. This is a great video. Shout out to the Jay Witt podcast. He's definitely a moderator for the channel. I'm going to drop a link into the description of tonight's live stream so that you guys can check out this video for yourselves. But let's get back into it.
And if they were doing the right thing, I think most people would probably be very, very supportive of it. But there's just no way.
And see, I have the video where he said that he wasn't going to remove the Moyer Academy sign. I have that video. But the reason why I said uh-oh is because I saw that bus in the background. And I was telling you guys earlier that the school bus conversation, I haven't heard anyone really talk about that. Shout out to the Lady Luck Club, because you know she did. Lady Luck in her channel, they did talk about it. But I'm stating that prior to we were the only channel that had broke that information. And so it's crazy that bus is right there, but it's grayed out.
You know, several.
It's grayed out. Now, I have a picture. But okay, I'm sorry.
$100 a month from all these students.
Let me just
probably more than that needed to just keep up. Yeah, this building has been ransacked.
If you can hear the video,
I think this is the infamous bus. I believe somebody pointed out. I think that's his bus. I'm going to walk up on it in a second.
This. All right, let me reshare the video. Hold on real quick. And I do apologize if the video is lagging. We don't need the janky internet tonight. Hold on. All right. Just getting everything worked out. Now, all right, so let me share the video. And again, you guys let me know if you can hear everything. All right, here we go.
Okay, there's your everybody keep asking about that mold. There's that mold right there. They're molding. Probably catching Ebola just standing right here. My goodness. All right, so this is, I can do like point out. You got his battery that got stolen. They stole the man's battery. No, yeah. I don't know, man. If I was on this family, the Douglas or the Garvey family, I would sue him.
I'm not in a joking mood tonight. My people in trouble. I'm not in a joking mood tonight. All right?
For putting my family.
All right. I want to go back to this bus. This is where I want to go. All right. I had to rewind it a little bit.
The building has been ransacked. I think this is the infamous bus. I believe somebody pointed out. I think that's his bus. I'm going to walk up on in a second. What's up, bus driver? Advanced student. Okay, there's your, everybody keep asking about that mold. There's that mold right there molding.
And see, that's the thing. It looks even worse now that it's cold out there. Snowing.
Probably catching Ebola just standing right here. My goodness.
It's black mold popsicle, man.
I guess this is that bus. I think Lady Luck pointed out. You got his battery that got stolen. Let us stole the man's battery. I don't know, man. If I was on this family, the Douglas or the Garvey family, I would sue him.
This is the bus that she bought for him, man. She really bought that man a bus, dude. A short bus. Now, you can get a bus from an auction. Like, you can definitely get a bus from an auction, like a police auction. A lot of times, if you go to like the local police government website, they are auctioning off all type of things. I know here in Nashville they do the same, and so they may have like something that, you know, is it? I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't think that they show, you know, the license plate. You know, that's pretty much doxing, and so you can get in trouble on YouTube.
I guess
for
this is that bus.
So
I think Lady Luck pointed out.
I can't answer that
stolen.
question.
Let us stole the man's battery. I don't know, man. If I was on this family, the Douglas or the Garvey family, I would sue him.
I'm not in a joking mood tonight. My people in trouble. I'm not in a joking mood tonight. All right?
Answer that. Just for that alone. Okay, so this is the dead building. I'm just gonna call it the dead building. Ain't nothing going on over there for sure. Nothing happening over there. All right, so here's a fence. Got a big old bag of trash right.
So that bag of trash, this right there. The J-Wit podcast came down. Like I stated, this looks like around the summertime. Fall, summer, fall. Since the leaves are falling off, you can see the leaves changing. Going into the fall. But that bag of trash is going to be in the next video. That's what makes it so bad.
There, you got a kids camp right here. Like literally, hey, there's a little nursery right there, nursery school right there. I'm sure there's another one at the end of the block.
So again, he's set up in the middle of these. It's a boys and girls club. There's a nursery. Like he's set up in the middle of these people's, you know, community.
All right, so here we go right here. Man, I'd be mad.
No
I
game
have my
plan.
family member up here looking like that.
Oh my God,
Black
what is that?
matter, but you ain't doing nothing, my brother. All right, so
you know what? Hold on.
Here we go right here. All right, so here's his little garden. All right, so my brother. My brother.
Hold on. Go back.
You gonna have my family member up here looking like that.
Oh my God,
Black
what is that?
matter, but
There it is. If you look, you can faintly see Don's Cash App going across Umar's arm, the pants of Frederick Douglass, and then you can kind of see in the green the C and the 7, because it's supposed to be I see Don something 157. I see Don 157. I think that was the Cash App. I see Don 157. But if you look, you can faintly see it. That is mean stuff, man.
Doing nothing, my brother.
And see, a lot of people, don't even catch the Easter eggs. A lot of folks with I'm pretty sure this video has been reviewed several times by
my family members up here looking like that.
Oh my God, what
Black
is
children
that?
matter, but you
And the thing is, shout out to Jay Wood Podcast. He didn't even catch it. He didn't even catch it, man. But the Easter egg is right there. It's still there. That is funny stuff, man. And shout out to the pull-up team, man, because again, for you guys, if you just now tuning into the Receipt Show with your boy KKC, we are going down memory lane. We see the remnants of IC Don's Cash App that he put on the wall. And you know, we covered the story. We covered the story of Don going up to Restoration Plaza, confronting Umar Johnson the same night Q Butter went to the Umar Johnson event, and boom, called the police on him. And we covered in that live stream Don putting his Cash App on the mural and how it got to this point. And so clip that so you can put it in your archive. Let's get back into it. That's funny.
Why are you doing nothing, my brother? All right, so here we go right here. All right, so here's his little garden or whatever like that. It looks super sketchy. Ain't gonna even lie. You got a little bit of double, triple fencing going on over there. I see you. This bush right here. It's got trash in there, all kinds of stuff like that. Let's go up here real quick and knock on the door, see if anybody's here. I will say this door is painted very nice, though. Whether it's secondhand or not, the door looks very nice. Hello there.
No, it's a stage, man. It's a stage.
There's I don't know what building it is. I just call it the dead building. It's not painted.
It's the Somali building. It's like the when Nick Shirley, shout out to content creator Nick Shirley, went to the Somali daycare, the Leering Center. They misspelled learning and it's called Leering, the Leering Center. And ain't nobody at these locations, man. Ain't nobody there. Middle of the day. I bet today school started back up here and everybody was at school. FDMG ain't open.
It looks scandalous. Got your rock over there, the Rock of Gibraltar. All right. I mean, this building does look much better, but this is the one that they painted. And apparently, you know, just looking at it, you look up, he must have gotten somebody to scaffold this, because you can't paint this with some, I mean, the black right here, the black edging, that's pretty nicely painted. So somebody must have done something. Oh, some more cameras. Shout out to, what's up? Oh yeah, there's a lot of cameras over here now. So I wonder why I have so many cameras here, but they're not over there pointing this way. Because he could just literally have a camera right there pointing and getting the whole purview of the building. Because it looks like these cameras are kind of pointing over there. Interesting. Probably because there's no power in that other building. That's probably what it is. All right, so that one's got power on this side. Again, just not well taken care of, man. Yeah, this is just an interesting spot, man. And you know, maybe at one time it had potential. Maybe it had a lot of potential. At one point, I'd do this not on donations, man. You need a huge influx of money.
The huge influx of money will come pouring in from the diaspora because that's where he's sold in. You know how an African family can move here and they'll move to Atlanta and get like a big house and be like, dude, they got money, man. And you like, you know, where y'all from? Nigeria. My family's from, Ghana. My family's from, he's going over there and he's making, nice with these families that have money. And I would go on to argue that I believe Umar Johnson is being bankrolled by the Africans. I'm dead serious. I believe that Umar Johnson is being bankrolled by the Africans. I believe that FDMG is supposed to be a location where African Americans and actual Africans come to fellowship, and they are under one. They believe in being one African people, and that's the doctrine, and that's where they go and they educate their children. They have their ministries or whatever have you. But I believe that he's being bankrolled by the Africans, man.
A huge influx of students, man. This is, yeah, you're not really fully conceptualizing how big this place is. I guess, when I'm looking at it, I can see why he says he has 4 buildings, because he's parting this building right here with the painting on it. This building right here, that's 2. That little building right there with the red, black, and green door, and then it sounds like some finagle math right there, some Fugazi math. But yeah, this would require so much.
It's definitely Fugazi math, and the reason why is because we have the video of when he first got into that smaller building that the J Podcast just pointed out. I want to put that back on the screen for you. That building on the corner that the J Wood Podcast, he said,
it's not like some
little building down there. He got into that building and he found the paint. That's where he got the paint from to repaint the buildings, and the paint was old. Man, he pulled that paint out and they used that to paint them buildings. They didn't care how old that paint was. And that's where he said that he was going to set up the Conscious Cafe. It was like a whole, it was an upstairs. The students was going to go over there and they was going to have the Conscious Cafe. You go over there and get your Sojourner Truth Turner Greens, man. We talked about this. We talked about this, y'all. And so it's crazy, man. I'm going to have to get back into the bag and pull out all of those live streams and chop them up and put that content out here, man.
Right there with the red, black, and green door, and then this building right here, that's how he's counting. That's what I think he's doing to count 4. I don't think that's right. That sounds like some finagle math right there, some Fugazi math. But yeah, this would require so much work in order to make it happen. I just can't see how. Yeah, because this building is a standalone building. This is a whole standalone building, and then the one down there is probably like 4. I guess that's the only thing I can conclude. But yeah, this is definitely a standalone building. So that's not attached to anything. So that would be a fully different building. So that would be a different building. Are the buildings state of the art? Yeah. Yeah.
Is it lagging, y'all? I think it's lagging again. I'm trying to make sure it ain't lagging. I apologize if it is. I'm not sure why it would keep lagging. But if y'all can't hear the video and everything is working out good, put a 1 in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with it. It is? Okay. I don't understand what's going on. Let me do this. Let me close some of my windows out. And y'all gotta let me know these things, man. I got another screen pulled up so I can keep up with it. Because I'm pretty sure some of y'all are watching the video and are not watching it. Like y'all are watching it live, but it's not in real time. It may be delayed. All right. So I'm gonna close out everything that I possibly could. And let me pull the video back up. And this time, I want to know if y'all can, if it's working. I think it should be better this time. All right, let's get back to where we were. All right, here we go. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear. Put a 2 if it's still lagging.
That's right. That sounds like some finagle math right there, some fugazi math. But yeah, this would require so much work in order to make it happen. I just can't see how. Yeah, because this building is a standalone building. This is a whole standalone building by itself. So that's 1. There's 2. This would be 3, and then the one down there is probably like 4. I guess that's the only thing I can conclude.
All right, this better.
But yeah, this is definitely a standalone building. So this, yeah,
appreciate it. Shout out to
it's not attached to anything. So that would be a fully different building. I don't know I think this is the gymnasium. I think sometimes I think he's in there. That's the gymnasium. So that would be a different building. Are the buildings state of the art? Yeah, about that. Let's just say they are lacking the art. They're in a state of ill repair. So I guess technically they are state of the art of repair. There we go. So that's how they are. Because no, they're not state of the art. No.
And you know, Umar had stated that the buildings were state of the art. Shout out to the J Wood podcast. He stated several times that, you know, the buildings are state of the art. And, you know, that there's nothing wrong. Everything is good. You know, I wish that FDMG was an operational institution. I wish that it was on its way to maybe a second location being started. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I just wish that by now they should have graduated at least 2 or 3 classes. I believe that should be the case right now. We should not be witnessing what we called a long time ago. Like I have so many photos and videos. I have it's some things that I can't get into due to the fact that it's going to cause controversy. I have the videos of the March on Wilmington. Y'all remember the March on Wilmington? And Umar Johnson wanted to lead a march, and it wasn't a march on Wilmington because of the city not granting the certificate of occupancy or anything like that. It was a march on Wilmington because of Umar having issues with content creators. Do y'all remember that? Let me see. I want to show you. I have like, y'all remember this? This happened December 2nd, 2020. Y'all remember this? The march on Wilmington when he stood on the rock with the RBG flag. Now, I have the real reason why all of that happened. I got all the receipts. So much happened from 2020 all the way into now, 2026. Oh, Mr. Sticky said, LOL, I don't, man. Ah, man. And see that again, it's certain stories I can't even tell y'all because shout out to Clark. Clark is a witness. Clark can testify that if I say certain names, it's gonna cause problems. I just saved a content creator the other night. Shout out, again to Lady Luck. I had to let her know. Oh no, it's certain things we cannot discuss. We cannot. No. Let things lie where they are. It is crazy. At this point, it's sad. But yes, I have the real story of what happened, how it got to this point, and it was because Umar Johnson had got the word that there was supposed to be a alleged march on Wilmington because they wanted the removal of a certain content creator's channel. And they stated that they were going to march on the city of Wilmington if they did not remove it. And so Umar and his camp was stating that we're going to do this, and we ain't gonna let the haters stop us, and it was a whole thing, and it played out not only on Umar's Instagram, but it played out here on YouTube. And unfortunately, some things you just gotta let be. And it's just some stories that you can't tell. But yeah, man, it definitely is. And see, the thing is, it goes into a story of one of Umar Johnson's supporters by the name of D. Darrell, who is currently caught up in a federal indictment. And and there's something else about the situation. Let me see if I can do this, because I keep telling you guys, we have so much to talk about when it comes to the Umar Johnson saga. I have not been able to figure out, if you will, a way to talk about the D. Darrell situation. And because I say that because there's, when I go back into the vault and I look at what happened back then, there's a lot of mention of content creators that we need to leave out of situations. And so I really want to get into the talk and show you guys that is deeper than what you may think. You see this, and let me blow this up. All right, if you can still hear me, put a 1 in the chat. I need to know if you can still hear me. if you can still hear me, I'm not breaking up. This right here, what I just blew up on the channel, or excuse me, what I just blew up on the screen, is D-Darrell. D-Darrell, again, was one of Umar Johnson's biggest supporters. And back in 2020, from 2020 to, I would say, maybe around 2023, somewhere around there, he was a part of a group that we call the Good Guys. And I've told you guys the story. But the one thing that I have not really gotten into with you guys was when things were not going the way D-Darrell thought they would go. And that being, he had paid, and he stated in audio that he didn't pay Umar Johnson $10,000, that he paid between $50 to $200 over the course of years, from 2014 until 2020. I think that's where we were. Well, he was trying to get a interview with Umar Johnson, and he was a part of, or leading the team of online henchmen that were attacking content creators for Umar Johnson. And he was hoping that he would get an interview with Umar Johnson, but he never did. Well, guess what? In 2021, he decided to act and try to be Umar Johnson. And a lot of content creators don't talk about that because they want to talk about the federal indictment that he got caught up in. And that's good and all, but you know, we got to bring receipts. Everybody talks about the man being caught up in a federal indictment, and that's true. He is. He's caught up in a federal indictment, 9 counts. Total is 5 counts of aggravated. What is it? It's 5 counts of aggravated identity theft, or what is it? 5 counts of 5 counts of Medicare fraud, 4 counts of identity theft. It's something crazy. But he's facing some serious time when it comes down to it. Stealing upwards of $1.5 million, trying to go for $4 million. But here, he called himself Burkina Faso Casino TV. He is a psychologist in real time, and his credentials are being threatened. And this is no, slight towards him. But there's a part of the story people who seem to, maybe I was the only one that witnessed this part of D-Darrell, because I have the receipts where he specifically called me out in a chat one day that was talking about some things that was going on within the sector of the Umar Johnson sector, to be specific. And yeah, this account popped up and called me out, and I have the receipts. He said, King Kong crazy is crazy. And I'm like, who is a Burkina Faso Casino TV? So I went to check him out, and it was D-Darrell. And in the video that you see in this screenshot, he was acting like he was Umar Johnson. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And as you can see, it only had 66 views. So I'm like, ain't nobody seen it. Like, what is going on? I'm like, dude, he had the shades on, everything. I'm like, yo, this dude trying to be Umar now. He done got to the point to where he done donated to this man so much now he trying to be him. What is this? And I did a whole show on it. And if in order for me to properly position all of this without making it seem like I'm manipulating the story to tell it in my own right, I would have to show some certain receipts, and that includes some things that I don't think, you know, we should bring light to. You know, shout out to Clark, man. So it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot when it comes to this Umar Johnson saga, when it comes to what's going on. And listen, we just looked at one of the videos, Umar's FDMG school, but let's get into this other video. Hold on, I'm pulling it up now, where somebody else went up to FDMG not too long ago, and it's sad, man. It's sad. FDMG looks very, that building looks even worse, man. The building looks entirely worse. Shout out to Uncle Mo TV. Uncle Mo TV also put some things on the screen real quick. He was talking about the Black Parent Advocate. Let me share this tab. Y'all see this? Uncle Mo TV was talking about Black Parent Advocate. And the thing is, you know, I got some screenshots of the Black Parent Advocate book. We covered that. If I can pull up those photos real quick, I got to go into the archive real fast. Hold on. Let me see if I can find them, because it may take me a second, but I'm gonna try. Hold on. Let's see if I remember correctly. Maybe it's in. Let's go to 2021. Let's go around 2021. Around 2020, 2021. So let's see. Black Parent Advocate. Here goes one. Author's disclaimer: the author of this book is not an attorney, and the contents herein should never be used in place of sound legal advice. Your usage of this information is purely at your own risk, at your own discretion and risk. The author assumes no responsibility for how this material affects you in your child's particular situation. That is amazing. So let's see. When we go to, I'm going to the brother's page where he's talking about Black Parent Advocate.
Black Parent Advocate book that he sells. Back in stock. How much is that piece of shit? $70.
All right, $70. So $70 gets you a discretion where the author of this book is not an attorney, and the contents herein should never be used in place of sound legal advice. Your usage of this information is purely at your own discretion and risk. The author assumes no responsibility for how this material affects you and your child's particular situation. Yes. That's how this works. So let me see. Let me jump on in here a little bit more. What else did I find? Oh yeah, y'all remember where he shouted out his mom in the book right here. It says, God has placed us. You may never completely understand my mission or the cause to which I have dedicated my life. Being a religious woman, you may have trouble understanding my revolutionary Pan-African nationalist foundation. To that, I can only assure you that it is most certainly a God given responsibility. I've been chosen to do a great work for our people, much like our prophets in the Holy Bible, but on a different level and in a much different way. No matter what becomes of me, just know that I'm totally at peace with the obligations given to me from above. I have truly enjoyed your loving care, and nothing can ever replace your tremendous meals or your amazing jokes. Through the good times and bad ones, you have remained a constant source of support and encouragement. I'm going to get married one day for sure, but I must take my time. My work is too very important to risk being squandered by an attention-seeking or opportunistic sister who doesn't have a profound respect for my mission. It's very difficult these days to find a Betty Shabazz, Amy Garvey, and Coretta Scott kings of the world. A 21st century Winnie Mandela is what I need. I'm sure she's out there. I'm just not sure on which continent to find her. The Babalaos tell me that all will be had in due time, that there's a season to struggle and a season to get married. They say now is not the time. The school must come first, and then Queen will appear. I cannot wait to introduce you to her. I'm sure it will be a festive occasion. I have been through a lot these past 10 years, and so have you. They say the bout or belong between the eldest son and mother is unbreakable, or the bond between the eldest son and the mother is unbreakable. I'd have to agree with that, as through it all, we are still here together. May God continue to bless you with strength, dignity, and forbearance. I believe the best is yet to come for the both of us. Love, Jermaine, your eldest son. And then it goes into, how these it's a big crayon book, the publishing. Black Parent Advocate, The Art of War for Dealing with America's Public and Charter Schools. Copyright, 2020 by Dr. Umar Ifatunde and Prince of Pan-Africanism Publishing. That's huge. That is huge. But yeah, there it is. And so let's get back into this video, because he's shocked that for $70, the Black Parent Advocate. Yes, sir. That's how I go.
I know you lying. I did not know that he was charging $70 for this piece of shit book. $70? I don't doubt anybody buying shit for $70. That gotta be the price he put on his website. I mean, I hope nobody ain't fall for that.
Man, there's people out here buying this stuff, but let's get into because we got into it, but let's check this out. I want to see, this is the bus. Check this out.
So I'm here at FDMG again. Right after the snowstorm, we got the bus. That's supposed to take the kids to school.
Yeah.
The FDMG school bus.
So, it's a Ford. It's a Ford. The bus is a Ford, and Ford stand for Found on Road Dead. Found on the Road Dead is what Ford stands for, and unfortunately, we see that in this video.
close and personal, there's a piece of shit. You see that side of it? It's a piece of shit.
Found on the road dead.
On it. But it's a real piece of shit school bus. Rusty. It's missing the battery, as you can see. That's the famous Umar Johnson school bus that you see ain't moved in months.
Shout out to BBK now.
His bus. I guess he's gonna fix it up eventually, but it ain't moving in months. They got all types of clutter and stuff thrown on
I would love
inside.
that.
It's a tragedy.
Please hit that like button. Shout out to Ghostface.
Yeah. So this is his magic school bus here, and then we're gonna get into some other little things.
Dang, Dr. Sebi.
Building, as y'all can see, it's still
that's a double whammy. You got the book and it got stolen.
A few months ago.
Wow.
That mold is blacker than ever. Blacker than ever.
That's a black mold popsicle, man. That's a Christmas tree. That looked like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree in front of black mold. You know, when I make these thumbnails, it's not an exaggeration. Like, this is real stuff. You're not gonna be able to get that off, like that building coming down, people. I don't know what to tell y'all. You're not gonna power wash it off. Hello, Manny. What's going on? I did not know that. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the show. You're not power washing the black mold off. It ain't happening. This building has to come down like the paperwork said, man.
Never.
Look at that.
It's pulling out of here right now. Pretty soon the mold gonna take over the whole building. The whole shit gonna be painted black.
And again, shout out to Dr. J. Kelly, because Dr. J. Kelly, he was up there, and the last time he was up there, he got sick. He sat on the steps of the bigger building and got sick. The video is up on this channel. Sad stuff, man.
Blacker than ever. See, I was here a couple of months ago, and now it's still. You should look how it's coming off with the snow melting.
It's finna get worse. Because this week, like, we in the 60s this week, but next week, like, temperatures are supposed to plummet. So the East Coast is finna get beat up again.
What's up, guys? We gonna start this tour again. You know, we came here a couple of months ago. Here, this is where I came to the front of the high school again. And, you know, this
it looked worse, dude.
Bus, I drove around the corner, you know, pulled up on the school. I just took a little quick glance because, you know, we was here before when it was a little warmer. But I just wanted to see it. And I found some evidence of some strange, peculiar things that you're about to see.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You know, sit back and pay attention. And we seen it.
The dope.
FDMG. We seen this at the school. As you can see, ain't shit changed.
Yeah, you fall, you don't. You fall, you don't.
Slip and fall on these abandoned trap houses, you know? But as you can see, if we do this again, ain't shit changed. Ain't nobody come clean up. The same trash is out here. Everything. It actually look a little bit cleaner than before, but that could just be the wind and the water blowing this shit away. But you can see this side of the building,
mold. It's taking over. It's out of control. If you have seen the show Stranger Things, that's what this is. The building is straight out of Stranger Things, man. It's from the upside down. FDMG is a part of the upside down, man. It's over. Don't go up there. You're going to meet Vecna and we ain't going to see you no more.
Boarded up. Damn building going back. Someone has some toothpaste here. Oh, shit, FDMG, the trap house. Look what we found right here.
Say no to drugs, people. Say no to drugs. You know, if you send your children to FDMG, they are going to get a higher education. Okay. All right. That's what they do up there. The FDMG, they are exploring higher elevations through street pharmaceuticals. And if you choose to send your child up there, they will definitely be part of the ancestors. And you don't want that. This is absolutely crazy. It's so crazy that you said the Demogorgons kick his butt. The Demogorgons are up there getting high. They shooting up the dope. That is crazy, man. What is going on? The upside down and the inside out, man.
It seemed like the environment that school should be in.
This
it
is
seemed like
madness.
They're on the grounds making sure that it's getting ready for the children. Like literally, we finding paraphernalia and stuff.
Y'all
right
see
here
this?
on the grounds. But this is where we supposed to bring our children to.
Dude,
and
yes.
Leave it in the hands of this guy.
Yes. Exactly. While he's going around on Baba David's show, right now there are pharmaceuticals up there, man. You gotta be careful. And see, well, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm bagging back because I was gonna say something I don't need to say.
Mystery.
How familiar?
Man.
They be saying Umar out here using these drugs. And we find power.
Haters are gonna say this young man planted that stuff. Shame on you. Shame on the people that say this young man planted that for content. Because you know somebody's out there saying it. You know they saying it. And they may say it again after I cut the live off. Just to troll. That's how they do. They'll say he put that up there just so that, you know, hey. But let's continue. I'm just saying.
You got a fake solar light on here that wasn't there before. At least I ain't noticed. Other light still broken.
Oh man, he said he got a solar light. Did you say Umar got a solar light? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do I have it, y'all? Do it, please tell me. I do. I know I got it. I do got it. Let me check my database. Hold on. Let me remove this. Share file. Let me find it because I told y'all Umar was looking for solar panels for FDMG. Didn't I tell y'all that? I said it before. I've said it, and now it done came. And people are like, you know, what's this? What's the solar? Hold on. You hold on. I'm going to find that. There it is. It's this. You hold. Give it a second. We loading.
Peace and love, Black family. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism checking back in again. I'm trying to get in contact with some brothers and sisters who are experts, certified and experienced in the field of solar power and solar energy. I want to explore and entertain the possibility of turning our Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy for Black Excellence into a solar power campus.
Doggone it, man. I told y'all, man, y'all gotta hit that like button and y'all gotta make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel so that you can be a part of the know, man. I knew I had that receipt somewhere around here. I knew I had that receipt around here. So the young man then went up to FDMG and he was looking and he's like, it looks like some solar energy or some solar power. Umar wanted some solar powered stuff. I told y'all, let's get
Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy for Black Excellence into a solar power campus. If you are into solar
power
energy,
campus.
okay,
Yes.
I mean, you have installed solar systems into buildings. You have put the solar panels in. I need you to be licensed, experienced, well-trained. Get in contact with Dr. Umar Johnson, drumarjohnson.com, Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com, 215-989-9858. And I want to explore the possibility of turning the FDMG campus into a solar power campus. Get at me.
He wanted to turn the school into a solar power campus, and it looks like that is what we just witnessed in this video with this guy right here. Let's get it.
He got a fake solar light on here that wasn't there before. At least I ain't noticed. Other light still broken.
He got solar energy. Got solar energy. We just watched the video. So now you know. There it is. Let's keep going.
Light on here that wasn't there before.
Yeah, solar energy.
Other light still broken.
FDMG is coming.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shay. And we just looked at the.
You get a better look at how bad the school is because you get to see it without all the leaves from the trees up there now that winter.
That's the sacred forest. You can't be disrespectful to the sacred forest. That's the sacred forest, man. So with the sacred forest looking non-sacred these days, you can see how pitiful and dilapidated that place looks, man. But there goes the famous RBG rock.
You get a closer look at the boards and how raggedy it is. That it ain't, it's not a school, it's an abandoned building. And as we can see, they banned those.
Yeah. Can we see Don's? Hold on. Can we see Don's? There go that bag of trash. Are we gonna be able to see Don's? Yep, there it is. Going too fast, man. Hold on. Don's is blurry, but I can still tell Don's Cash App name is still up there, man. That's sad, Don. I hope you get paid, man. I can still see it right there. I can still make it out. Don made sure that don't matter. You still gonna be able to see my Cash App, even if the rain and elements wash it off. Remnants of his Cash App name is still on the wall. Shout out to Don. I see Don. The bag of trash is up there.
So let's do it from this way, right? It's getting dark. Let's do our tour from this way. So as you can see, the mold on this corner of the building, still bad.
The mold.
Ain't clean shit. It's just dripping down. I should have a goddamn gas mask. Pretty sure this shit is contaminated. But
I wouldn't be nowhere over there, man.
Getting this close. Did you see how dark that mold is?
I wouldn't be dude. I wouldn't be over there.
And look, light's broken. It's just crazy how bad it is and how it has not been no progress. The same bags of trash that was here when I came a couple of months ago is still here.
Because he don't be up there. He don't be up there.
Like I said, getting up close and
look at that, man. You can't fix that.
Person, you see how bad that mold is?
You can't fix that, man. You can't fix that, dude.
It's sad.
I wish y'all could see my face, man. This got my face all balled up and
is where the snow just melted from the sun. You see? Normal. Coming from the opposite direction.
This is dangerous stuff, y'all.
And give y'all wintertime look at this wonderland of FDMG. Wintertime fun. But like we said, we know the addicts and everything. Back here, still
this is bad.
Sprinkler system. Same trash and everything. The graffiti.
Pitiful stuff.
Trash.
Well, you know, he's I don't even have any more excuses for this, man. Again, he paid out so much money. All of this should be up and operational at this point. And it's sad because I equate what the Somalians are doing in Minnesota. This is what Umar Johnson wanted to do without getting the government involved. It's crazy, man.
Another camera that probably don't work.
No, I don't. At this point. At this point, you should see so many people coming up there. You should know what's going on.
You can actually see that the Boys and Girls Club is like actually clean.
Melanated mold is diabolical, man. I don't know what else to call that. Melanated mold is crazy work.
Yeah, that carbon there too. But yeah, everything's boarded up. Ain't nothing actually fun. You got a chain lock on this joint. He probably got locked out of it. That's the crazy part. He probably the one locked out.
Should he have addressed FDMG on the radio show? Or instead of staying silent? What can you say about this at this point, man?
So much trash. One thing I noticed too on his Pride and Joy school across the street, right? Is like I said, bags of trash are still there. And when I came in September, so only God knows how long that has been here. Because as you can see, it's a bag of trash.
I mean, an argument can be held that, you know, he's really trying.
I came there.
He's really trying to get, you know, FDMG operational.
And that was strange
He's
to me
put
too,
some,
because the way
you
it's
know,
open is the front, so they'll probably even
some work into the buildings, but
see what I'm saying? Half a cent. More fucking. And got like a half a cent. Wanted to climb over. I could have climbed. I wouldn't even have to climb over. I would just step up right there because the fence literally don't go up to the other fence. So you could just step up this little joint and then you in the back of the building.
But see, that's where the dead dog smelling stuff was, man. I wouldn't want to go back up there either.
Just taking people money at this point and not putting back into what he said. Like I said, that trash been there.
Like they had enough money to put a fence up there.
Open, got cameras going down the block. You see?
So you got money to do stuff, you just not doing it because it's all a front.
More fucking mold.
That's a drain. That means you need to get a drain right there.
Tunde lane, as you say. But you see the mold?
You gotta get a drain right there.
The shit in the front, just so that. But you cannot see inside that shit. That shit is mirror tints.
Nah, you're not seeing in there, man.
You ain't seeing it at all.
Whatever they got going on in there, you're not gonna see in there.
The doors, like you said, is painted pretty nice.
That's those. That's that Somalian stuff, man.
There's Umar out there drinking. You see the little lighter. But yeah, it's the second time. And now it's ain't gonna be the last time. I'm going like I was saying,
Third
that shit
time.
boarded up with like store shit.
Yeah,
Right
neighborhood to be.
That's it.
Be not far. So since I wasn't far,
Every time I see the mural, man.
y'all get to see all the trash. Look at all the goddamn liquor bottles and shit.
That in a later video. Plans with.
And once I get that good food, hit the highway and make it back to my neck of the woods.
It's over, man. FDMG is coming, man. I hope y'all understand that FDMG is nothing but foolishness, man. At this point, it's nothing but a dream. A dream that, you know, the black community needs a savior. Umar is that savior, and it's just gonna happen. In 2026, I believe that we're wrapping up the whole FDMG saga. I believe that 2025 really brought us into more of a reality, if you will, that is Umar is about to answer for his problems. Everything getting shut down, from the cash out getting shut down to him almost losing the business. Almost losing the school. The fact that Marianne Laurent, she done got paid off. You know, there's a lot going on. The FBI investigation is allegedly taking place. 40 donors are allegedly starting a class action lawsuit. So it is so much that has to show face in 2026. And I'm careful on reporting on that stuff, is because if it doesn't happen, well, that's credibility on the line. And I like to stay on the side of right as much as I can. So I'm going to say, you know, we all are just waiting to see what's going to happen, to see what truths are going to come out and land. I will continue to do the best I can to bring you all the receipts as I have them. Like I stated before, there is a lot of live streams that I have done over the years. So all of the uploaded videos, some will be videos from current live streams that we've done, but a lot of the videos will be from live streams I've done years ago, and all of the information is so relevant today that you can't even tell if it's old or new, because Umar hasn't given any more updates on the school. And the fact that you can tell, you know, the video doesn't have fences and stuff like that, you know that it's old, but it's still the same talking points, and it brings into perspective a whole lot. Like I stated, man, it is content here on YouTube that I have access to, that I can show you guys and tell you stories that will help bridge the gap of a lot of questions that you guys may have. But unfortunately, I have to make sure that I leave certain content creators' names out of it. And so don't worry, we are going to get the information to you guys. I appreciate everyone that has tuned into the receipts. Thank you for tuning into the receipt show. I appreciate y'all. Umar Johnson appears on Baba Davis' show, and I think it's so sad that at the very end, he poured his heart out and Umar was gone. Either he was asleep or he hung up. What do you guys say? What do you think, he hung up, or do you think he fell asleep? Let me know in the chat. because something happened. Shout out to Malik. Thank you guys for tuning in. I see you coming in, KKC. We need to do a show on this mode. We definitely do need to do a show on this mode, man. Maybe we can do that this Thursday. Maybe we can do that this Thursday. Send me an email so that I think this Thursday needs to be an open panel show, man. I let you guys weigh in on what do you think 2026 is going to bring when it comes to this Umar Johnson saga. And then if you have any email or show topics and ideas, email them to me and we can talk about them at thekkctv@gmail.com. We can definitely get into some topics. We covered the lady that was the DC squatter, man. That was crazy. That was insane. And so, hey, I'm here for you guys to bring you the receipts as I gather them, especially when it comes to this Umar Johnson saga. We are definitely going to talk about it, man. Y'all know how it go.
The Goonie Goon Goon Squad is pull-up time. It's pull-up time.
Listen, if it's daytime where you are, make sure you have a great rest of the day on purpose. But if it's nighttime, stay cool like the other side of the pillow. This is the Receipt Show, and I'm your boy KKC. And yes, Umar Johnson was on Baba Davis' first show of 2026, and he didn't say nothing about FDMG. Make sure that you have answered the poll. Should he have addressed FDMG on the radio? Instead of staying silent, what can you say about this mole, man? And we are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. I need for you to join us. I'll catch y'all next time. I'm out of here. Peace.
The Receipt Show returns.
Welcome to our 2026 show. Today we have a special guest. A lot of people were expecting an update today.
Next on the Receipt Show with KKC.